Hi community, so this video is on how to write forgiveness letters, because I have had a few people go, well, okay Kim, I hear you talk about forgiveness letters, but how do we actually do this? So this is what this video is about. So it's a 3-step process, and it's very important that we do every single step, because what happens if you don't clear this stuff, it bubbles away in the unconscious brain, and then what happens is people emotionally eat. And obviously that's what my life's work is around, is helping people break through their emotional eating. However, this work can also go towards binge drinking, binge eating, any other unresourceful behavior like gambling, anything that in your area of life it's not working. So what we're going to do is go through this 3-step process, and then I'll help you work through from there what next. So the first step is spill everything out on the page. So we're going to look at, well, where did all this unresourceful behavior come from? Was it being told that you weren't good enough? And I've just finished doing our Tuesday night Skype call, and that's at 7:30 on a Tuesday night, and it's for all my life coaching, PT and online clients, because we get together as a community and we share all this stuff. And some of the things that were coming up tonight that we're unpacking is I'm not good enough, being criticized as a child, being put second to a brand new partner, to not have needs being met, to being told they were stupid, to being just basically put down their whole entire life. So put everything out on the page. And I'm also going to talk about and use, because I like using case studies with my clients so that you guys can understand a little bit better. So this particular client had a very abusive mother, and physically abusive mother. So she wrote everything out. So all the incidents and the big ones that stuck to her mind, and things like where she was denied water, like a basic need of a human being, or how her mother would eat all the good food, so chicken Kievs, all the up-level food, and they just got sausages and rice. So they weren't ever allowed ice cream or anything, any good food. Definitely no soft drink. Yet her mum, she knew that her mum hid this stuff in her cupboards, so there'd be soft drink and lollies and chocolate and chips and all this unhealthy food that was denied to the children because she was very much a control freak and didn't allow her kids to have anything nice because they didn't deserve it in her eyes. So get everything out on the page. Journal, journal, journal. I don't say this enough. Journal, journal, journal. Keep journaling stuff. That's how I broke through all my sabotaging behavior. I know it works. I'm going to encourage you to keep doing it. Keep journaling, keep journaling, keep journaling. Get this stuff out. And I had one particular client on our call tonight. She's done this work with me so many times, but even today stuff came up about being able to say no. So even from her childhood coding, the ages of 0 to 7, where it's really important, she was told, you can't say no to me. And that was from her mother telling her as a toddler, don't say no to me. So she learned that if you said no, you got a backhand. So she says yes to everybody as a knee-jerk reaction without actually even thinking about the fact that, okay, does this really work for me? Is this about my boundaries? Or it's just me people-pleasing and saying yes to everything. So journal, 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 pages, 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 get it out, get everything out, all the incidents. So go from 0 to 7, then look at your childhood, then look at your teenage years, your early adulthood, when you first moved out of home. One of the things we're talking about tonight in our call was the skills that weren't given around relationships, career, money, food. So now I said to the ladies that were on the call tonight, you have the responsibility now to learn all these skills. Yeah, okay, you had parents that weren't able to give you those skills for various different reasons, but it's now your responsibility to learn the resourceful behaviors, whether that be through books, podcasts, listening to my stuff. I've got a YouTube channel, reading my book. It is your responsibility to do the work now to be able to give yourself the skills. And if you've got kids like me, it's about not repeating that behavior. I want to do the opposite. I want to empower my little girl so that she has a healthy relationship with food, because I didn't. Okay, so we've got everything out on the page. The next step is to look at it through the lens of the 6 core needs. Now, the 6 core needs is work by Tony Robbins. It's really good for you to understand and put a lens across to understand the other person. Because what happens is when we have all this on our unconscious brain bubbling away and we have anger and hurt and frustration and we're still sabotaging ourselves, it's like we've drunk the poison and hope that the other person dies. It doesn't happen. So it is your responsibility to understand, just put a lens across why that particular person acted like they did. So let's look at the client that had the abusive mother. For her mother, it was about control. So I'll actually run through the six core needs first so you understand them. It's certainty, variety, significance, love and connection. And once you've met those four, you can move on to growth and contribution. So for this particular mother, it was about control, and she had the power and all her kids were submissive to her. Yes, mum, hide in the corner, mum, seen and not heard, mum. Don't make a peep, mum, because that'll make mum angry. She loved drama, she loved variety. So for her going off her tropper, that actually gave her variety in her life and gave her drama. And she could be significant by complaining that her kids were brats when actually, no, her kids were cowering underneath the stairs because they're that damn scared of being belted. So that gave her significance, that power. She was hungry on that power and she just kept driving that power. And all of her kids have concerns with their mental health because of what she's done to them. And then her love and connection was with food as opposed to her own children. So she was seeking love and connection through food. And obviously this is why my client has unresourceful behavior around food as well. So look at the six core needs, Google it if you need to, Six Core Needs by Tony Robbins. Put that lens across the situation and understand what those that did wrong by you, if it was a bully at school, it might be the bully needs significance because they are the ones that are putting you down. So if they put you down, they must look better. And it gave them certainty because they're the most popular kid. And it gave them variety because they had someone to pick on every single day. And it gave them love and connection because everybody was afraid of them. So that's a different example. And then we're going to go through, and I think this work comes from Denise Duffield Thomas. I know that Amanda Francis also talks about it, and a few other people talk about it. And it's the I forgive you, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you. So you're going to forgive the person for what they've done to you. You're going to say, I'm sorry, thank you, and I love you. So I forgive you, and we're talking about this particular client again. I forgive you, mum, for making me feel like crap. I forgive myself, and you also need to do it for yourself, for believing these stories and this unresourceful behavior and this unresourceful beliefs about myself. I forgive myself for believing that opinion that you had of me, for making me feel like crap, for making me believe that there was something wrong with me. I forgive you. Then you say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mum, that our relationship is not going to be the healthiest, that it's going to be more transactional than a loving mother and daughter relationship. I'm sorry that that's the way it is, but I need to do that for my own boundaries. And I'm sorry that and this is about yourself, I'm sorry that I played small in life because I believed what my mother had told me in the way that my mother had criticized me. Again, I'm talking from this client's perspective. And then thank you, because if it wasn't for you, mum, I wouldn't be as strong and as resourceful as I am. I wouldn't have got through life and I wouldn't want to push and be better. So thank you. And then thank yourself that you have got through this. You've got through some trying times because of what has happened to you. And then I love you, mum. Send love to the person. And then also, most importantly, I love myself. I love my inner child. I love that little mini me that was hurt so badly. And I'm going to show up for her. I'm going to show her that I love her. I'm going to give her everything that my mother wasn't able to do. I'm going to love her. I'm going to keep her safe. I'm going to speak to her nicely. I'm going to give her everything that my mother was not able to do because I love that person. So this is that framework. So it's spill everything, get everything out on the page, journal all the events, everything that's happened to you, then put the lens of the six core needs across it. So that's certainty, variety, significance, love and connection. And then do the I forgive you, I'm sorry, I love you, thank you. Sorry, I said that in the wrong way. I forgive you, I'm sorry, thank you, I love you. and do it both from the person that has done wrong by you, but also to yourself as well. And then this is all part of the work. It's doing these layers and layers of work. We keep doing the work. We keep showing up. We keep journaling. We keep working through all our stuff. It's so, so important that we keep working through our stuff, because if not, it bubbles unconsciously. And at some level, it was interesting on our call again tonight, one lady said, well, I keep journaling, but I can't break through. And it's like, and it sounds really blunt, but I said this to her. I said, well, in some level, being a victim works for you. Because as human beings, we only do things that we get a reward for. So having this particular victimhood behavior at some level works for you. And she shared with me that, yep, okay, by playing victim and having extra storage, as in extra storage body fat on her body, which is stories of storage on her, that works for her because it means that she's unattractive to a potential mate, and it means that she doesn't get her heart broken. So at some level, if you haven't let go of this stuff, it is working for you. You need to figure out how it's working for you. So this is all the work that we do either in life coaching in one-on-one sessions, or we chip away a little by little every week on our Tuesday night Skype class. Otherwise, I also do have an online program. So if you want to be able to do this on your own and you're not ready to do life coaching calls with me, then I've got the 7 steps to quit binge eating forever. And it goes through 7 steps, and there's 50 different videos and worksheets, a little bit like what I've spoken about, but in a lot more in depth, and a lot more examples and live coaching calls that you can listen into, worksheets and videos. So it's all there as part of the program for you to work through in your own pace, so that you too can break through and create a different future. Because that's what I want for people. That's my purpose in life, is to show up and educate and help everyone, so that they don't have their unresourceful behavior, i.e. binging, holding them back. So that you can be the person that you deserve to be, that you were put on this earth to be. That's what I want for you. I've done the work, and I now have a purpose to do the same thing for you, to help you, to give you tools and strategies like these videos to help you. So you can either keep watching my stuff on YouTube, my Facebook Lives that I do most weeks now that I'm back into the swing of it. There's my book as well, so Empowered Eating Binge-Free Forever. That's available both on Kindle and paperback on my website. And there's also the online course as well. So there's lots of tools out there. And I also deliver in your inbox. If you sign up for my newsletter, it's on my website. You can sign up for the newsletter and you get videos like this every single week. So check it out, transformationsbykim.com, and you'll find all the resources there. And you can just go in and choose what level you're at. Some people are just happy consuming all my free content, and that's perfectly fine. Some people are ready to do the activities in the book. So my Empowered Eating book is an activity book. So you not only do you read stuff, but you also do the activities. And then some people are ready to work one-on-one with me, or others just want to do it on their own and they can do the online course as well. So there's different ways that you can work with me depending on what level you're at and where you're ready to step forward. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you've got any topics that you want me to talk about, please just flick me a message, comment below, or email me, kim@realfit.com.au, because I'm here to serve you, I'm here to help. And if you give me more content ideas, the more that I can show up for you. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.